Okay, hello everybody. What's going on in America today? Well, I'll tell you what, we got a lot going on. But it's not just America, it's all over the world. Earthquakes, 20 kids killed in a school that collapsed. I mean, it's pretty bad. We've had how many hurricanes now? Man, the one that hit Houston, followed by Irma. We had, what are we, Maria right now? Sign of the times, I tell you. Anyway, I'd like to talk about a little bit about politics. I'm not a lot into politics. Well, I never have been, but well, as you can see, I am now. I just signed up recently for the Republican Party, and I'll tell you all this bullshit with Antifa. What the fuck, man? Antifa, anti-fascist. Most of these kids don't even know what a fascist is. It goes back to Mussolini's time in Italy, World War II. You know, they're calling us or Americans fascists. We won the vote. Hillary got kicked out. And ever since then, they've been having riots here and there. Let's go riot. You know, it's like young people looking for a cause. They're bored in school. They don't have a real firm direction which way to go until they get older. Uh, I remember back in Berkeley in the hippie days in the 60s. Well, a lot of the hippies came out of Haight Ashbury in San Francisco and free love and all the sex you want for free and just a lot of illegitimate kids and drugs and everything else. And back then it just seemed like, that's what the young people wanted to do. We're going to do it. We're going to rebel against whatever. It wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter how good a society is or a country that somebody lives in. They just want to rebel. I don't get it. I don't know. So anyway, now we're seeing it these days here again now. Um, Back in the 60s, a lot of the universities and colleges were influenced by certain people. I went in there to just for the purpose of raising hell. That's what they did. So rather than work with the system, they fought against it. And we lived through it. Um, where are all those people now? Well, some are in politics, some own businesses, and some are now Republicans and living a great life. And some died of drug overdose and like that. But I thought if I got involved in one of these protests and showed up to represent the Trump side, Donald Trump's our president. He's doing a great job, by the way. Um, he addressed the United Nations. He laid it out. He said, "Here's the deal. We call bullshit on these other nations, North Korea and Iran, for their uncontrollable lust for nuclear proliferation, whatever you want to call it." And we have to fight with these stupid, idiotic, childish children that hide their face behind a mask and they go, ah, throw shit, break windows, and try to hurt people. But every time you catch one alone, long enough to talk to them and ask them questions, they don't know what they're fighting for, what they're protesting. That's why whenever a news organization or anybody tries to get any of them to say, well, what are you protesting? Can you explain it? Explain it? They just start yelling, blowing whistles. Yeah, bullhorns, bullshit, you know. Uh, um, my wife didn't want to let me go join these protests because she knows that if they put their hand on me, you know, I had 10 years of martial arts, and I would real quick just wrap them around, and uh, they would be in some serious trouble. I'm old, I'm fat, and I'm white. I'm white. So does that mean I'm a supremacist, a white supremacist? Hmm. My wife is Filipino, by the way. All our kids are brown. But I'd be called a white supremacist because I'm white. And because I'm on the Republican side. I was a Democrat, but I just can't stand the way they're going. It's a lot of people are quitting the Democratic Party, from what I understand. Anyway, I don't know what's going to happen, but I think things are starting to turn around. I think a lot of people are starting to see that how childish the behavior is of the mass media. Some of these guys in the mass media just cannot help themselves but to say bad things about our president every day. Every chance they get, something bad about Donald Trump. And you know what? Isn't their job to report the news, what's going on over here and what's happening over there? And, you know, just unbiased reporting of the news. Their job is not to give their personal opinion. Their personal opinion, that's more for somebody that's got a talk show, you know. Talk show hosts can give their personal opinion, of course, and rightly so. That's what they do. But for news people, I've just never seen all these years since the early 60s when I started watching a lot of TV and news and become more aware of these things. I always liked Walter Cronkite and people like him. I just love to watch the news, you know. But these days, I hate the news because I'm watching it and I'm waiting for some information that's newsworthy, that's truthful, and that tells me what's really going on. But what I'm hearing is a little bit about news and Donald Trump did this, a little bit about that news over there. But you know, if our administration, if our president wasn't doing that, this would be better, and giving their personal opinion. That's a bunch of crap. Fuck. Man, oh man, I just want to go fight. Man, oh, you know, I just want to go fight some of these people and slap them around a little bit and tell them, "The hell, what the fuck do you think you are? Where do you think? If you don't love America, get out." Right? Get the fuck out of America if you don't love America. Get out. In the meantime, support our president. Look, if you don't like our president, wait 4 years and vote somebody else in. Maybe Hillary would be hanging around. Maybe she'd be available to put in there if she's not in prison. Yeah. Man, anyway. I guess that's all I have to say about that. I'm going to start talking more about news and commentaries. I have a new website I'm building. Um, news-flash.us. News.flash.us. So I don't know where that's coming right now. I don't even know if the screen will show up. So yeah, news-flash.us. And .us signifies United States. So it's real news. Okay. Okay, well, I guess that's all I have to say for now. Um, God bless America. God bless our president, President Trump, and God bless every true patriot that's on the side of justice and freedom and supports our president. Bikers for Trump, God bless the bikers for Trump. I'm down with that. Okay? Take care. Love for everybody. Bye bye.